Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests, for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network. The Detroit Lions are taking on the New Orleans Saints. We got a packed crew in here today for you guys. Welcome in. Booner,
Let's go, baby.
He survived last night. He made it. He's fired up. We got the whole crew with us as well. Kool Aid and the sound booth. Michael is relieving some other duties.
Duties.
Which, a.k.a. yes. He's busy in the bathroom, so Kool Aid's hanging out with us in the sound booth for right now. Spenny, Spencer Raxter from Heavyweights and Big Energy's hanging with us too. He's our TD for today, which I'm fired up about, Spenny. I didn't even know you were going to be our TD.
Yeah.
So let's go, baby.
Spenny sounds absolutely thrilled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's been here since what, 7?
7.
Oh, yeah. He's fired up.
He's
a pro's pro.
He's a pro's pro.
Yesterday was tough. Yesterday was tough.
Yeah, you guys crushed, but you're running on no sleep. So you know what?
Booner slept in.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday
Spenny,
I did. Today I did not.
Spenny had no.
I'm here and ready to roll.
Spenny did that college pregame show. No sleep.
Literally
sweating
no
down
sleep,
Julio.
bro. Yeah, I was sweating straight down Julio.
And shout out Hamlin Pub. Great food.
Shout out Hamlin
That was
Pub.
such a great place.
That mac and cheese was so good.
Their
Delicious.
wings, I had some wings after. Great spot, great sponsor. Shout out to Hamlin Pub.
Yeah, shout out Hamlin Pub.
At least for the Detroit Lions, at least their matchup with the New Orleans Saints, you know what? They're in total of 27 games. Their record against the Saints is 14-12-1. So,
Wow.
At least how they are right now, the Saints look.
They have their number.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that. I mean, it was very different teams too. Drew Brees played for that team.
Yeah.
You know that guy? He's pretty good.
I've heard of him.
He's not too bad.
Yeah.
Better
Heard
than
of
Derek Carr, who hasn't been, the Derek Carr of recent past, at least with the Oakland Raiders at the time. But you know what? The Lions are coming off a loss. 2 games where they, especially the Bears game, where they probably shouldn't have won, but they found a way to win. Booner, this Saints team, especially defensively, it's going to be a good test.
That's my biggest worry is his defense, and it's kind of tough too. You're going into the Superdome, and you're playing a tough defense after your quarterback has had 6 turnovers in 2 weeks.
Right.
That's where I'm like a little bit, all right, what's going to happen here? And I'm not too concerned, and I'm going to be interested when we talk about the defense. I'm interested to hear what some of you guys have to say about it, being that the Saints are missing a ton of their guys on offense. But I'm just, today to me, the storyline is, what is Jared Goff going to do? Is this a bounce back game? 6 turnovers in 2 weeks is you can't have that.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, and I think he knows it. And Dan Campbell's mentioned that all week long. That hey, I've talked with Jared. Ben Johnson did the same thing. So I think he knows it. Now it's about fixing it and going out there and doing it against a good defense. I'm interested to see on the road if he can do that today.
Yeah, you look at some of the injuries these Saints have right now, and I want to go through it. So good transition there, Booner. Cameron Jordan had an ankle injury last week. He had some DMPs this week. Did not practice all week, but he's a guy that can play regardless. He's questionable. Expected him to play. It is a big game. We'll see. Marcus May already ruled out safety. Kendre Miller, the running back, who it is what it is. Jamal Williams. He hasn't really been the guy they thought he'd be. He's out. Rashid Shaheed, deep threat. He's out. Pete Warner, who, is that Ohio State guy?
Yeah.
Isn't that Pete Warner? Okay. Yeah, I knew it. Pete Warner is out as well. And then you have guys like Chris Olave, Ryan Ramczak, who's they're both questionable, and then we'll see what the deal is there. But again, some of their key players out. It is what it is. So with the Lions, you look at their injury report. Alex Anzalone, doubtful. He will not play.
He's confirmed out now.
Yeah, he ain't
didn't
playing.
travel
And
with
we've
the
kind of
team.
went through that too. Jack Campbell going to wear the green dot, which Calvin Shepard kind of talked about it. People make a big deal out of that. All he's doing is just repeating calls the AG sends to him. So it's not like this big. It's not something that Jack Campbell will be uncomfortable doing. He will be just fine.
Yeah.
He'll be just fine. But again, might see some Malcolm Rodriguez out there spending.
Yeah, my boy Malcolm, he's going to get some run for sure. They talked about increasing his role. He's been playing fullback. Obviously, they're going to need him at linebacker in this game, and he does everything on special teams. So I'm excited to see him get some run.
I'm interested.
He's a 6th-round pick, dude. And you get him. He's playing fullback.
Yeah.
He's playing special teams.
It's like Taysom Hill
and he's
out
playing
there.
linebacker.
And I'm saying like doing all these different things, not at that level. But I'm interested to see because like Flannel all the time, kind of going at Rodrigo. Look at that fresh or that rookie year that he had last year.
Yeah, of course, Flannel goes at Rodrigo.
Yeah, but I'm
Out of
like,
anybody.
I have full confidence
Goes
that
at
Rodrigo
Rodrigo
steps in and he can get you through a couple games without Anzalone and Jack moving over. Like I have all the confidence in the world that that Rodrigo. I think, I don't know, it might not be the best linebacker room in the NFL. I think it's still deep though. The fact you have a guy that had 80-something tackles last year as your 4th, 5th option is incredible. So I think the fact that Anzo's down, you still have guys to step up. Helps out that defense a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not worried. Calvin Shepard, he's a hell of a coach, number one. I think we can all agree there with how he's developed linebackers. But this is, and he made a great point at his press conference that this is how they should treat this game. Derek Barnes, Malcolm Rodriguez, Jack Campbell, they should treat this game without Anzalone as we're going to play so good that Anzalone's going to be like, I got to get back there. I got to get healthy. Because I think when people start asking Calvin Shepard about like, hey, no Anzalone, are you guys just preparing to get through the week without Anzalone? He's like, no, they're going to step up. And it's not like Anzalone's loss doesn't mean anything. But the loss of Anzalone shouldn't mean you are completely screwed. I mean, you still have a majority of your defensive players, at least your better defensive players.
It is brutal, though. He has been the heart of that defense. He has been like the beat of that heartbeat of that defense.
He has, but you also drafted a guy at 18th overall. So,
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's go time, Spenny.
Yeah, he's got to step up, and I fully expect him to. He's going back to his natural position. He's going to play that middle linebacker role, something he's played his whole life. And they call him Captain Jack for a reason. So, I don't think he's worried about the green dot responsibilities. He did it at Iowa. I'm sure he did it all throughout high school. So, I think he's going to do fine.
Too agile. That's what Jack Campbell.
That's what it is. I think we'll really be able to see like the versatility of Jack Campbell,
versatility,
and what he got drafted for. Those RAS scores, his sideline to sideline speed, his athleticism is going to be in full effect now that he's playing his original position.
Real quick. Can we kind of agree a little bit? If Jack Campbell didn't miss those 2 tackles in that Chicago Bears game, I don't think people would question if he's able to do this.
No.
I literally think he's like, if you look at his stats, he's on track to do what Rodrigo did his rookie year in limited, because he started off with limited snaps to start the year. Like, he gradually got snaps, and he's playing a position he never played in Sam linebacker. I think people, because of those 2 missed tackles on national TV versus the Bears, people are a little like, can he do it? I think today they're going to see, like, he's going to go out there, maybe get double-digit tackles and dominate. I just have that feeling today. I don't know what it is. I just think he's going to dominate today.
I never question his tackling ability. I just question his pass coverage.
Which is fair.
Which Anzalone, dude, he's one hell of he's a dude in pass coverage. He's shown it all year. Jack Campbell is. I think he's allowing. I have to double check, but it's like 103 passer rating when in pass coverage. Jack Campbell. So that's the biggest thing for me. Mike Gentry, you just returned. How you doing, Mike Gentry? How you feeling?
Fellas, how are we? How we doing?
Gentry, when we get to Booner's bets, I better have a banger parlay.
All right,
from you.
that's what I was trying to cook up on my phone. I know I missed the start of the show.
He's
but
in the lab.
I'm in the lab right now.
Hey, that's fair. I'll give you that. He's in the lab.
But how we doing, fellas? How we doing?
We're doing good. How you feel about Jack Campbell, man? You excited? You worried? Where are you at with him?
I mean, I'm a little worried, obviously, because Alvin Kamara is such a receiving threat, too. So I know he's going to get tested a lot today. But I don't think I'm as worried as the group is and, like, as panicky as the people are. I still think Jack's going to come out and be fine. But Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill, the way that New Orleans could possibly use those guys may have me worried a little bit, but not too much. I think Jack's going to show up today.
In 183 coverage snaps this year, he's allowed 131 passer rating. That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm confident in him. I want to make that clear. I'm confident in him. But damn,
Jeff does not sound
131.
Jeff sounds like he's saying he's a bust.
Hold on.
What's going on here?
131.
Yeah, that's not great. It's not great. That's for sure.
good at
He's
all.
going up against one of the best receiving backs in the league with Alvin Kamara leaking on that backfield.
Yeah.
So he's got his work cut out for him for sure.
And I think Alvin Kamara every year is like up there in missed tackles. Like
Yeah.
he's just
He's shifty.
He's shifty.
That's one of the things that today that kind of scares me.
That's
Is
the
they
big
don't
test for
have
Jack,
their
man.
receivers. They're missing two of their 3 receivers. And Alvin Kamara, and you have Jack Campbell right now that's going to be kind of have that assignment, it feels like. So
at
That's gonna
times, I wouldn't mind just putting Branch on.
I was thinking the same thing. Let's go Brian Branch. Let him.
No, we need Brian Branch to blitz.
Oh,
That's
actually, yeah, you are right.
Maybe if Aaron
No,
Glenn blitzes.
Well, we'll see.
It needs
and
to.
we'll get to the defense too, because that pass rush, we'll see. Bruce Irvin, we might get a sighting today.
He's supposed to play.
The same. Hey, come on, Spencer.
This is a 1:00 game, so he'll be able to get to the early bird special on time. They got to have some saltwater taffy and Werther's Original in the locker room for the old man. But no, I mean, I don't expect Bruce Irvin to be this game changer, but he's a guy that can win one-on-one matchups when nobody else on our team can.
That's fair. He's and that's why I love the stat I brought up when he was first brought in, and it was shout out to Danny Bennett for putting that out. But he had He won more consistently in one-on-ones last year than anyone besides Hutchinson has done this year. I think he has like a pressure every 8 snaps, and Kaminsky's like a pressure every 9 snaps.
Yeah.
Last year at 35 years old.
I think
so
he's gonna,
to Spenny's point, although I joke about Bruce Irvin, I joke about people thinking he's a savior. He at least he can't.
He's going to be
contribute.
rushing the passer with his walker.
Spenny,
okay.
Spenny,
All right.
if he gets a sack,
flag on that
if he
one.
gets you need to do something. If
That's
he makes a sack.
disrespectful.
Why?
You've been hating on this man.
I haven't been hating on him. I just don't think he's the savior of this defense.
I agree with
He's
Spenny,
not
dude.
the savior, but
He's
like
not.
Bruce, like he's gonna make an impact.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, you have one of the worst defensive lines
He's
in the
gonna make an
NFL.
impact 'cause he's
That
gonna
man's
show
gonna come in
everybody
and do
how to make porridge.
something. I mean, he could get one pressure and do more than half of the guys on that defensive line right now.
It's not saying much, but yeah,
It's not,
true.
but it's gonna happen.
If Neil
We'll
was
see.
here, he's a cream of wheat
Bruce
guy.
Irvin's 150 years old. Like he's not going to be he's not going to be the savior of this defense. But like I said, he's a guy that can win one-on-one matchups in the outside. So hopefully, I'm rooting for him. It's not like I'm like, oh, I hope Bruce Irvin flops. No, like I hope he can do something. And
Hey.
he is a good pass rusher. You know, back in his day, like when they had black and white television and called games on radio. Like I think he'll be able to do some.
Here
things.
goes Spenny in his kneel
He said
bag.
back in his day when he had black and white television.
Jeez,
Yeah,
man.
well, you know what? We'll see. All right, let's go to break here. We come back. We'll get in some matchups, at least for the Lions offense. We'll discuss all that and more. Shout out to our friends over at Bullseye Event Group and our friends over at Long Drink. We'll be drinking those during the watch party. We'll see you guys right after the break.
Long drink.
Long Drink.
Woodward Sports own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Welcome back to the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward
Lions,
Sports
baby.
Network. Lions, baby.
Lions, baby.
We got a whole crew here with us. Booner, BMG, Spenmo. We're just here chilling, waiting for the Lions to play. Look at that. Jared Goff sighting. Wow.
See, I got these tiny hands.
Jesus,
That Burger King looks terrible behind it.
Jesus, man.
Dude,
Why does
Burger
he like
King is
Burger
what you need right now.
I don't like Burger King.
You need
John-
some greasy food in your life.
John Macaroon in the chat said, "Did Booner survive drinking with the boys?"
Dude,
he
I
looked
know,
rough.
Easy-
Do I look that rough?
No,
You do look
Easy
pretty
did
rough.
you dirty. Man.
Okay.
Easy
With
did
that
That
you
was
video?
funny, man.
You guys,
Yeah,
if you
shout
guys didn't
out-
see my spin move.
Before we
I hate
get into the
that.
matchup, shout out to Stick, by the way, man. He just took over Cicerelli's. He's now him and a partner, full ownership of the place.
Great.
And they had us out there yesterday, and Booner was, hey, Stick kept bringing those tequila shots, and Booner just
Those don't do well with me.
Hey.
I love tequila.
I hate that.
yep.
Shout out to Stick though.
I don't. What do you
Cicerelli's.
like? What's your liquor of choice if you don't like tequila?
Water.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Water.
You're not a drinker.
No, I mean you back in the day, but recently, like the last year or so, no. So
Yeah.
when I do drink, it's like I'm on my deathbed every time.
It's fair.
Yeah, Booner,
brutal.
Booner, yeah. The face, like you see it in his face.
But
when
you
at
should have
one
been here on
point.
Friday, man. That Don Julio, that took a whole
I would not. I would probably would not be alive today.
He wouldn't have
if I came
survived that.
Friday.
No, there's no way.
Zero chance I'd be
I was
alive.
off many different substances. It was a good night.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get into some matchups because
Jeez.
we already brought up Cam Jordan, and this is a big game for the offensive line. I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to go the route of Neil Rule and bring up Colby Sorsdahl, but I will say this offensive line has to play better. I will say that, man.
Jonah's playing, so
And Jonah's playing, so that's significant.
Huge.
You get one of the better guards back in the entire National Football League. Booner, we've seen a big enough sample size. It's the same thing I kind of use for Jared Goff. I don't think Jared Goff continues to be a turnover machine. Although, hey, we'll talk about how much you're going to pay him later because that's a different conversation. But
Yep.
with the offensive line,
Nothing.
we've seen a sample size of them being elite, a big sample size. They'll have a bounce back game. I fully trust it. And we're going to get into some matchups, and I'll tell you why later. But all you need to know is they ain't playing like they played last week. I'll tell you
Zero
that.
chance. With Jonah Jackson back too, I've said this 100 times. If you go back and watch last week's game, that left side of the ball, it just felt like every time collapse, like they could not block anything. Even Taylor Decker, he was struggling.
He had a bad game.
And I don't know if it's because Jonah Jackson, because he was out earlier in the year and they were just fine. But I think this is the big reason. And these turnovers that Jared Goff has had, it's because the offensive line has not been as they have been in the past, the number one in the NFL. And now I think it shows that Jared Goff, like now you can, when you even do contract extensions, you can lay it down and be like, hey, you want this much money? You need one of the best offensive lines in the NFL to be able to be successful. That's where I'm at with this. That offensive line needs to step back up. They need to be the number one offensive line in the NFL to keep that. I think that's the whole key to being a top 5 offense.
100%.
It starts with them. It starts with the offensive line. When Jonah Jackson's out, you saw the effect on it last week. Now he's back. I think a full offensive line, today is when you kind of start turning the things around, get back to that offense you were, versus the Chargers?
Yeah.
The last time we saw like the legit offense.
When we've seen this offense be successful, it starts, they're good at pass pro, they can run block, they can run the football. That's what matters. And if they can get back to that, Jared Goff's clean. We'll see.
We saw how important that was last week.
Well, even against the Bears, the offensive line wasn't bad. And, hey, we just can't throw interceptions. You can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how the offensive line plays. Just don't turn the ball over. There it is. Because it's hard to win the NFL when you turn the football over. And I have all those. The Lions have gotten so lucky this year with turning the ball over and still winning. They turned the ball over 3 times against the Raiders and still won. You can't do that, especially against the Saints team now, who they're more talented than the Raiders. I'll say that.
And they take the ball away.
And they're fourth in takeaways, so that's significant. What about the secondary though? Saints secondary, I think they're second in the league in interceptions.
Yeah.
And Paulson Adebo is like tied for third in the league with.
I think it's 4 right now.
Yes.
Is Lattimore out?
Yeah.
And Lattimore's out.
Yeah.
Shout out the Honey Badgers in. So last week, the Honey Badger, he had 2 interceptions last week. Do you remember what AG said a couple weeks ago about Kirby, when Kirby went on that streak? He said when a DB's seeing the ball, they're seeing the ball. The fact he had 2 interceptions last week, Jared Goff, he has to be careful and be smart. You can't be loose with the ball. You have to be smart, especially versus secondary. That's where I'm at with this. You don't want to turn over. You cannot have a turnover. The Honey Badger right now is playing good football, and you got to be careful.
This offense for the Saints is inept. It's atrocious. They can't convert in the red zone. There's so many issues. The last thing you need to do is give them a short field or give them layups. That's the last thing you got to give this bad. I'll go through the stats at least with them, and I'll get into the red zone stuff later. But their red zone efficiency, they're 29th in the NFL. Their third down offense, their conversion percentage on third down, 21st in the NFL. Their rushing offense, they're 19th. Points per game, they're 18th. They're just meh. And they win a lot of these games by one score. It's just, again, they're a team that they're going to go down fighting. They're fighting for the division. But Spenny, this offense is nowhere close, at least numbers-wise, to the Detroit Lions.
No, it's
no way.
And they're missing some key parts of it. Olave's going to play, but he's banged up. Shaheed has been very good for them so far this year as a deep threat. He's not going to be there. The Lions should outscore them. It literally, this game is on Jared Goff.
Yep,
I agree.
The past 2 have been the same way. Even as bad as you guys think the defense has looked, if they don't turn the ball over 6 times, they win both of those games easily. So if we don't turn the ball over, we take care of the ball, they'll be able to do what they want on offense. They'll be able to run the ball. They'll be able to take care of business, and they should win this game handily.
Yeah, I don't hate that take either, Spenny. He is right. You turn the football over, you're shooting yourself in the foot, man.
Yeah, that's been the issue the last couple of weeks, is give these short fields, and it's so hard for a defense in the NFL.
Especially when one of those is a scoop and score.
Yes.
Those things can happen. Or pick sixes. You can't happen.
You don't want to set your defense up in bad spots. Yes, there's times where the defense needs to be better, but given the defense a short field as many times as they have the last 2 weeks,
it's just not good.
It's not good. And they have gotten stops at the end of the day. I know I've talked about AG and having to do more to kind of be better.
Packers only scored 6 points in the second half.
Oh, that's why the fake punt made so much. It just didn't. It didn't make any sense.
You're putting your defense in a bad position, and they just literally got stops before that fake punt.
I went through it. Last 5 drives before that fake punt, it was 3 points.
Yep. So you were getting stops.
It's ridiculous. You know who I do think will have a big day today? Speaking of this secondary for the Saints, because you have Amon-Ra St. Brown. Defenses are keying in. You got Jamison. You got all these other receivers. Sam Laporta.
Ooh.
Demario Davis. Can he flip his hips like he used to?
Demario Davis is a dog.
I know.
He's a dog.
I know.
It's going to be tough.
Sam
Lagoda, I think he'll go out there, I'll carry the torch for Lucas since he's gone, RIP. Hall of Fame tight end.
Yep.
He's going out there. He's going to make things happen. I expect Sam Laporta to have a good day, but Demario Davis is one of the best linebackers in the NFL for a reason.
I'm gonna stay away from the
How
Sam.
is he? How
Sam
is he in
Laporta
pass
talk,
coverage?
boys.
That's what I have to. Sorry to interrupt you. What you say?
I'm staying away from the Sam Laporta talk. That might be the legacy player.
His line is just so.
Booner legacy of the
His
day.
line is so low. That's what was confusing. His line was at like
Did you
39.
see Jameer Gibbs'
and a half.
rushing line was like 46.
Like, what do they know that we
It's
don't
been
know?
like that for weeks because of David Montgomery. Since he's been back, they've
But
put
he
it low.
still gets
But he
50
it.
plus yards a week.
The real bet to take with Jameer Gibbs is his all-purpose yards. It's usually around 70, 80, and
Brian-
he gets 100 every week.
Brian Ruth says New Orleans is trash at guarding tight ends. Big key to victory. Sam effing Laporta. And at least you look at Demario Davis right now. His pass rating allowed in 368 coverage snaps, 88.7. So he's been pretty solid this year. He's not great, but he's not bad. Nowhere near bad. So maybe match up for Sammy Laporta.
In a zone over here now.
What are you doing?
I was stretching, man, while you were talking.
He was flexing. That was not a stretch.
I was stretching a little bit. That's all. It's a beautiful Sunday.
Hey, what-
Lions are playing to get a win
Lions,
today.
baby.
Bounce back, baby. Lions, baby.
You said you said Sam Laporta could be your legacy player.
He
today.
may be my legacy.
Okay.
When we do bet, Sam Laporta may or may not be my legacy player. I don't want to give it up yet, but those lines are low. I'm just going to say that.
Well, we kind of talked about it earlier. We talked about the pass rush and the defense. And I want to get in this conversation with Spenny because we kind of see things a little differently. I want to talk about this pass rush because we do agree there.
Pass
that they
rush
don't
is
have
fucking
dudes.
dog shit. That's how I see it.
We agree there. Let's have that conversation and more. We'll talk a little bit about this Lions defense. You're tuning in, to the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network, brought to you by your friends over at Long Drink and Bullseye Event Group. We'll see you guys after the
Lions,
break.
baby.
Go Lions!
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Lions, baby.
Welcome into the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network, discussing some of the matchups for the Detroit Lions. We just got done talking about the offense, some of the guys we expect to step up. Let's go defense, though.
Real quick, before we dive in, I just got to get this out of here. What was Gus Johnson's best call last night? 'Cause I didn't watch the game. I watched the Red Wings and I went to sleep.
We couldn't really hear too much of the audio.
Yeah.
People were loud in that place, but I don't know. Neil Rule.
Club!
I'm pretty sure Gus Johnson slipped in on Maserati Mars.
Another takeaway for the Michigan defense.
Honestly, that sounds like it did happen.
So, yeah, run more.
Rod Moore, JJ McCoy.
Colson.
Yeah, Gus Johnson's he's the GOAT.
Gus Johnson's the man.
I'm putting a full lineup of Gus Johnson drops in this computer
please.
for Monday.
You have
Please.
Please do that. I'm gonna
Ball out
Full
says
lineup.
Ball out says Spenny sounded just like him.
I tried.
I try.
I can only imitate.
Did
it. No
anyone
one is
see what
Gus
happened with
Johnson.
Tony Petiti at the end of the game? I didn't get a chance to see.
No.
Did they fight?
I seen like a little clip where he like barely said anything, and then the team had him hand it to Zach Zinter, so he really didn't like confront, or him and Harbaugh really.
I was
didn't,
just hoping there'd be like a big brawl and
anything.
just.
Zach Zinter.
Zach Zinter.
Whoa.
Roman Wilson.
I cannot wait.
Wolverines.
I cannot wait till 12 o'clock when this college playoff thing comes out.
Yeah.
There's going to be no SEC teams in.
Some people had a problem with your list, huh?
Yeah, there were some issues on Twitter with my list, but I actually think my list, and now I'm looking back at it, I think my list is completely wrong. I had 2 SEC teams in my top 4 last night. I woke up this morning, I don't think an SEC team gets in.
I think Bama's in.
Kirk Herbst, everyone's saying that there might not be an SEC. It's between Florida State and Bama.
All I know is if Florida State gets in, Neil owes me a coffee.
Wow. Coffee bet.
That is fair.
Love a good coffee
They
bet.
went to war over there.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a coffee bet?
On what?
I don't know. I want a
Just
coffee.
something?
Yeah, I want a
Yeah,
coffee.
we can work something out.
All right.
All right, let's talk about this defense.
Here we go.
Whoa!
Aiden Hutchinson. Oh, John Ball. Ow.
What was that? What was that last noise, bro?
Maserati down the sideline.
I
Love Gus Johnson, man.
Oh,
One of the best to do it.
All right, let's talk about this pass rush, man, because it's a problem. I think this is going to be the reason why they don't make a Super Bowl, and that's why I never thought they would, because I don't know if they have enough defensively. We could talk all day about Aaron Glenn. It's cool to have that conversation, but in reality, what does the man have to work with?
Don't say that to Booner. He'll take your Lions fan away.
I think it is fair to say a little bit, like, as a defensive coordinator, and I keep saying this as well, like, I got a clip of Easy saying it on the heavyweights one time to where Hutch went on that run where he had 4 or 5 sacks in just that little 3-game stretch,
right?
And Easy went on the heavyweights and said, how is Hutch doing this? It's because the defensive coordinator's putting him in great positions. Like, he went on air and said that. So if it's him putting him in the right positions to be successful, there is that side at the same time to where it's when they're not successful, maybe he isn't doing something right and he needs to change something up. And I think, to be honest, as much as some of you guys love him so much, and I love him, I love him as well. I'm not a fire AG guy whatsoever. But I think he would sit up here and tell you the same thing as well, that, hey, I need to figure a way out to get this defense right. Because if we can get to a top 15 defense, we can still compete. But having a lower 15 defense, that's when you kind of put yourself out of it. And especially if you're having turnovers on offense, and your offense, who, like, the offense, unless you have Patrick Mahomes, you're not going to sit out there and put a number 1 offense in the NFL up every single week. You're going to need your defense to support at some point. And AG has shown us, and I know this pass rush is bad. I can't wait till the end of the year. All these guys' contracts are up. I talked to you about that yesterday, Jeff. A lot of these guys' contracts are up. They're gone. And I can't wait till we get a revamped defensive line. But at the end of the day, AG has shown you at different points in the season and last year to end the year that he has been able to take what he has and put a top 15 defense out there. That's where I'm at with it. And I think the last 2 weeks, yes, you can go at AG. I think it as well. Like Spenny said, you have to go at Jared Goff and you have to go at Dan Campbell. Putting your defense in these positions, it's not ideal, especially when you're trying to get them back on track and you're putting them in bad positions to lose their confidence. So I think it's just a full around team thing. AG, turnovers, Dan Campbell, like, it's everything. But that needs to that page needs to be turned, and you have to go out there and you have to get back. They were top 10 at one point, this defense was, for not just a couple games, for like an 8-game stretch. So you need to get back. And I'm not saying they can get to top 10 again. I'm just saying you need to get to where you're just reliable a little bit.
Well, the thing that I get, because I get what you're saying. It sounds awesome. Like, it really does. Like, it sounds great. Like, put these guys in better positions. Like, it's like,
I mean, that's just your job at the end of the day. I get that you guys want to defend him, but, like, he will sit up here and admit it. Well, like, you have, like, I can't just come up here and just not work and just be like, yeah, things will happen. Show will do itself. No, like, you have to put your players in right positions no matter what players you have. It's the same thing with the Pistons right now. Look how bad they are because of the players that they have. It's Monty, still have to find a way to go get the job done, right? It's the same thing with AG. Like,
yeah, but yes, you're asking a dude to
I'm not saying fire him. I'm just saying do something.
I'm just saying, Booner, my take on it, and I think there's some blame to go around, but Spenny, how I would, like, summarize it is you're asking AG to cook a gourmet meal with items from Meijer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know what I mean?
That's what I said last year when we were talking about it. You're trying to make a salad with spoiled vegetables, and, like, it doesn't work out too well when you do that. But
you know what? I like yours better.
Now
you can still eat though, right?
Now it's a little better. They're not spoiled vegetables because we do have some pieces out there, but the defensive line has been an absolute atrocity so far this season. They need to do better. Like Romeo Okwara, Charles Harris. You don't even notice them on the field. Where the fuck are those guys at? What are they doing? Those are guys that have multi-sacks, like almost 10 sacks for Charles Harris one year. Romeo had a 10-plus sack season. You guys got to win a one-on-one. You are NFL players. Like, do something. Hutch is getting double-teamed. Hutch is getting triple-teamed. Like, win a one-on-one. I know Booner doesn't think Hutch needs help, but you need someone out there that can help him. Like, you got to go out there and bring someone in who can help him. And that's why I got so mad at the trade deadline when they didn't do anything, because I knew this was a problem. And they brought in Bruce Irvin, who's Booner's savior, but I don't know if he's going to be that guy.
Why do you keep throwing Booner out here?
Well,
he needs help. I'm not saying he doesn't need. He needs, like, these guys are brutal. That's why I can't wait till the end of the year when some of these contracts are up and you get new guys.
No Neil here. Booner decides to switch sides.
We had this conversation off air and figured this out. He needs help.
It's true.
We agreed on.
Yes, he does. Yeah, but that again.
Everybody needs help.
That's
Everybody
true.
needs help.
This one, Eric Allen says, no, items from a dollar store. Meyer carries good quality stuff. You know what? I didn't want to go there because the dollar store, that's a bit disrespectful,
Hey,
but
you
could
can find
be
some good stuff in the dollar store. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
They
you
got
know
good
what?
pickles at the dollar store.
They do.
I mean, at the end of the some of these dudes are getting paid a lot of money to do nothing.
But the point I'm making is you're asking AG to cook up a top 10 defense with players that, again, there's some players I like. Aiden Hutchinson,
But
it's
Jeff,
cool.
he has
Ali McNeil.
He has done it. Is
Booner.
what I'm saying. He has found a
Booner.
way to produce at points.
I need this defense to be opportunistic. Is that fair? It's
a big word.
Because you know what they were doing last year in the second half? Getting takeaways. They're not doing that.
Well, that's a problem as well.
That's what helps a bad defense. You take the ball away. They have not done that. They just haven't. So that's something that needed to do. I think that's what would help this defense. You know what I mean? Like you could complain all the scheme and you move 800. Just get takeaways, dude, and get to the quarterback. If you look at their sacks this season, they get them in bunches. They've had games, they'll go against the Raiders and have 6 sacks, but then they'll go 2 games without a sack. Like that's where, if you take away, and I hate doing this, but if you take away their big games where they've had sacks, like 5, 6, 7 sacks, like they've had 2 or 3 of those, they have like a couple sacks in the season. Besides,
dude,
they
come
get them
on.
in bunches.
Every
I get
team
it.
you can do that and take away their top games
Booner,
and be like they have a couple sacks.
Booner,
this
but
year.
what I'm saying is when they're playing well, they're playing well.
Exactly.
But when they're not,
It's
they're
either
not.
feast or famine. They're either getting 6 sacks on a quarterback like they
Or
do with
nothing.
Jimmy Garoppolo, or they don't sack anybody.
It is just crazy to me that they have shown at times they can do it. Like they've had 5 sacks, 6 sacks. They've had turnovers. And just putting it together consistently. I don't know what the issue is with that. And that's where I go to where, how can AG find a way to get this consistent? Because they have showed it, Jeff. You've seen it. We've all seen it. And I get
takeaways.
Takeaways and sacks. You've seen both. But how can we get that consistently? If you want to win a playoff game, if you want to make a little bit of a run, you have to figure out a way to get this consistently. I think today's the day you can do it as well, by the way. And I think this is a huge day versus Saints to where you can take advantage of a Derek Carr without some of his weapons, and you can go out there and get a handful of sacks. You can get and win the turnover battle versus Jared Goff. So that's where I'm at with this today.
That's a handful of sacks, huh?
That's right what Booner ordered. Hey, Spetty, what do you think about? And I want Mike too. I want you guys' opinion on this. Am I off on that? Like with the defense?
All I know is Gentry just sent me a cup palm match, and I hit like 6 cups in the first one.
That's nasty.
Me and Spencer go to war.
But I expect this defense to be better. Like Derek Carr isn't the most elusive guy, so they should be able to get home on him.
Just don't make Derek Carr look like a superstar. That's all you have to
made
do.
Jordan
We
Love
make
look like a superstar.
quarter. What?
They made Jordan Love.
That's
look
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
superstar.
Don't make him look like the superstar. And obviously, it's going to have a lot to do with the defense or the offense not turning the ball over and putting them in great situations. But you see how many weapons are out. They're going to be feeding Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave a lot now. It's kind of slimmed down. You just have to lock down those guys, and you can't make Derek Carr look elite. He has not been elite all season.
He is not. He's been bad. But that's what's been happening. To Spenny's point, I mean, Jordan Love looked damn good.
Yeah, he did.
Fields coming off an injury looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
But Booner, that's throwing to DJ Moore. Like some of the stuff, it's
That
like,
was-
dude,
Jordan Love.
was
I'll give Jordan Love the credit too. Jordan Love looked very
He
good.
was making some nice throws.
Yeah,
The Chargers
like that
scored-
was where I couldn't really go at. Like, and I know Spenny kept saying you were giving him 13 seconds. I went back and timed some of these passes that Jordan Love was making. He had the ball off within a second of almost every single. Like he just kept there was really not much you could do. And Dan did speak about that a little bit in his press conference. He was like, when a guy's getting the ball that fast and playing that well, it's very tough to secondary and your D line to make plays.
Hey, does this interest you, Booner? Amp says Detroit Lions drinking game. Take a shot every time Hutch does the same damn spin move.
I'll drink some Kool Aid. I hope they better win so I can drink some Kool Aid today. I haven't drank Kool Aid in a week.
Yeah, this has to be the
10
game.
days.
I mean, we've been saying this every week,
Plus.
but this is the game for Hutch. Like I feel like a broken record.
He
doing
has
this.
all year long. What has he been like? Minus 200 for a sack.
What's he right now?
I believe right now he's about plus 120. So he's plus money. I will be taking.
I
that
like
today.
plus money
I will be
for
taking it.
Hutch. That I will roll with that.
If you get a guy like it's like getting like a Miles, like one of those elite guys, you're
Yeah.
getting him for a sack and plus money. That's nuts. And I know he doesn't have a ton, but he can go off and get one any game.
Absolutely. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll get into Booner's bets. Hopefully, Mike cooked up a parlay for us. Spenny's got a nice parlay.
I got a
Actually, I
good
might tail
parlay
too.
going.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys we're all cooking. So we'll see what the
Yeah, we
what the
are.
moves are for today. Who's your legacy player of the week? What's your record?
7-1.
Damn.
The only
All
reason
right.
I lost was because Jahmyr Gibbs did not score a touchdown
tough.
versus the Green Bay
And
Packers.
Mike missed out on a lottery ticket because of what? Jameer Gibbs, 3 yards or what?
Back-to-back weeks, Lotto missed out by Jameer Gibbs. 10
brutal.
yards total.
That is
for
brutal.
5 Gs.
Oh my gosh! All right, we'll get into that when we come back. You're tuning into the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network, brought to you by our friends over at Bullseye Event Group in Long Drake. We'll see you guys right after the break.
Lions, baby.
Lions, baby! Ow!
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Lions, baby!
We're back. It's the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you do us a favor, hit the like button on the stream. We're at 53 right now. I know you can keep that thing climbing.
The world famous Detroit Lions! Shout out the chat.
Gus Johnson.
Dudes in there.
My goal one day is just to talk to Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson's the man, dude.
He really is.
So is the guy from Charlotte.
Oh, that guy is
Oh, yeah. That dude.
Chicken salad.
He's so good, dude. He's
That'd be Booner if you were fucking New York commentator.
Someone should they should let me commentate. Like, I don't
Booner
know.
would be the guy for the Thunder that said I was kind of picking mine.
Oh, come on,
okay,
bro.
all right. That's fine.
Someone should let me commentate a game. I think I'd be elite at it. They would love it.
Russell Westbrook is out of his cotton picking mind. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that.
Come on, Spenny.
Yeah,
Spenny.
I couldn't believe that shit, dude.
Oh, my
like,
God.
what?
it's like Gus doing the NFL game. Remember what he said about Chris Johnson?
No, what'd he say?
Running from the cops.
Oh, yeah, he's got that running from the cops feed.
Like Gus. Hey,
I mean, we've all run from the cops in our day.
No, that's fair.
yeah, you know.
Jeff probably has it.
No,
You've never ran from the cops?
I've never ran from the cops.
I do have a story. I'm not going
I
to tell it
can't
on
even- I'm
air.
not even acting
I
like
do
I
have
have
a story, and it was one of the craziest things I've ever done in my life. I'm not going to
I
lie.
ain't never ran from nothing but the police.
Boner,
True.
It's fair.
What? I have.
you're gonna be running from the cops because you're about to rob FanDuel.
Let's go, baby.
Give me your bets.
All right, we're just gonna. We got legacy
player,
and
your parlay.
I don't have a parlay right now. I will have one
Boo.
later. Yeah, there's just something right now. I'm not a boo. I'm not confident in stuff yet. I want to kind of see. I'm waiting until 1 o'clock, see where these Lions move a little bit. But we're gonna do this legacy play of the week. I have taken it for 8 straight weeks now. We hit a bump. But we hit 7 straight weeks before that, before the Thanksgiving game. It was all because of Jameer Gibbs, which, shout out Jameer Gibbs. We have played him before and won, but he just a bad week last week.
I just tell you how Jameer Gibbs lost me 5 Gs, and you say shout out Jameer Gibbs.
Yeah.
I apologize. I truly apologize. Legacy play today, though. Baby. We're going Sam Laporta, baby. Give me Sammy P. We're taking him touchdown plus 190. These are all straight bets as well. This is not a parlay. If you do want to sprinkle a little parlay together, be my guest. But these are all straight plays. Legacy play is a straight play. We were 7-1 every single week. Sam Laporta, plus 190, touchdown. Sam Laporta, the lowest line I think of them all, 38.5. He has not been that low all year. That seems like that could be 2 catches for him. That could be 1. He could have 1 big play and hit that. And then Sam Laporta, over 4.5 catches. We're taking the over. Can I ask you guys this? Why is his catches at 4.5? Like, that's what he's always at, but his yards have gone down like 20 yards. They didn't change his catches at all. Like, the fact that they went from like, what, usually he's at like 50 all the way down to 38. They should have gone catches 5 down to like 3.5 maybe.
Yeah.
Because that's just, it seems like he gets 5 catches, he gets 39 yards.
Yes.
This has to be a slip up by Vegas, and they didn't mean to do it.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's a big yak guy. So like, he can have 1 catch for 17, 20 yards. You know what I mean? He's that type of. You know what else, Lion? Before you get into the rest of the stuff, and I know Spenny's been kind of on the JMO for his over on his yards, dude. And this is what I talked to you about.
Isn't it
this.
like 27.5 or
Yeah.
something like
Yes, and there was
slowly going up.
And
every
Jameer,
week.
Jameer was kind of in this. I love this when players, young players especially, with the NFL, FanDuel doesn't know much about them. Their lines are always are just messed up. Like, remember Jameson for a lot of the year was at like 16.5.
Yeah.
17.5.
Yes.
Like,
And
they
he
don't
hit
know.
every week almost.
They don't know the type of usage this man's going to get. Even, what is it, 27.5?
I think so.
I think last week it was like
He'll get
24.
that.
He had
You can get that in
51.
one catch. Get that in one catch. Come on.
So
Easily.
I got a parlay because I'm not Booner. Boo.
I will have one. Boo.
My parlay. I'm pretty confident with my parlay, and it plays into Booner's legacy play because
It
I
does.
got Sam Laporta on there a little
Ew.
bit. I actually have 2 parlays. One's a touchdown parlay, and one's just a regular one. So my original parlay, I got David Montgomery anytime touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs over 46.5 rushing yards, Jameson Williams over 27.5 receiving yards, Sam Laporta plus, 40+ alternate, and Sam Laporta 3+ alternate receptions.
Receptions.
And
I
that's
like that.
it's plus 13.27. I boosted it to plus
That's
17.25.
got That's got to smack.
And then
I'll take that.
my
Out of
touchdown
respect.
parlay, same game, anytime touchdown parlay. I got David Montgomery,
Yep.
Sam Laporta,
Yep.
and Taysom Hill.
Does Taysom? How many touchdowns does Taysom
Dude,
come out with?
I'm actually with
I
spending on
want to say he's
Taysom.
gotten a touchdown in half of the games this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Something weird
And that
with Taysom.
And-
those three to score is plus 12.33.
They're bad in the red
You guys want
zone.
to know how many touchdowns he has on the year?
4.
Yeah.
I don't
Really?
care.
4.
I think
Not
he's
a lot.
Has he only played in like 8 games? I swear.
Guys,
I've seen
he's
shit.
the only player in the
Stat on
NFL
that.
to
He's
run.
played in a lot
to-
here.
Booner.
Maybe
He's
I'm
the
wrong.
only player in the NFL to
Figure
run for a
someone else.
touchdown, pass it for a touchdown, throw a passing touchdown, and then catch a touchdown.
I don't see
Like,
his
he can
receiving
catch-
stats on here, actually, so he
Dude.
might have more than 4.
He has a touchdown through the air, too.
I think he's going to run it in the red zone. I think they're going to use him in the red zone
I
a
agree.
lot, and he's going to rush one in.
Imagine that. They're bad in the red zone, Booner. Give it to Taysom Hill. F it, Wildcat.
Fuck.
What's the Bruce Irvin sack prop?
There wasn't one.
no.
I actually looked because I wanted to take it just in spite of you.
That's Booner's legacy
What
player.
in spite of me? Yeah. I don't hate Bruce Irvin. He's just 65 years old.
Booner's face after that.
You should. Booner, Bruce Irvin should have been your legacy player of the week.
No, God, there's no plays on him. I want to do this though, real quick. Aiden Hutchinson, I'm adding that to my card. Plus, what was it, 160 or 120 for a sack? I'm going to take that, and then I'm actually going to go with the line. I've done this almost every week, and people are probably like, Booner, why do you keep doing this? Because it hits almost every week. The Lions team total, it's 26.5. 4 touchdowns, and they get it. I think this offense gets back on track today.
I do like that.
26.5. I'm adding that to the
At
card.
like even money.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
but,
yeah.
But it's
I
easy.
got you.
I think it's a perfect. And even if you want to add that into a parlay, I do think this offense gets back on track. The line at 26.5 versus the Saints team, I think they get it done.
Girth Brooks, nice name by the way. Girth Brooks 313 says Bruce Irvin is plus 2,400 to throw his back out. No, that's like minus 160.
Jesus.
Boy, Bruce Irvin.
He's like minus 240 to
catching
break
strays
it.
before he even
Damn it,
plays,
Girth.
dude.
Joey Tuta, this is the thing that I've been trying to find is this Rodrigo touchdown prop. I haven't seen it on sportsbooks. I want it. Anytime it pops up, I will take it.
Yeah, do a Rodrigo legacy play.
I would. If they had
That's elite.
if they had Rodrigo on the sports books, I would take him for. He's going to score a touchdown soon.
He will.
Yeah.
He's been playing that fullback spot. When they're at the 1 yard line, at some point, instead of giving it to David Montgomery, they're just gonna boop
I
real
hope
quick.
it's not today because I need Monty to score. Even though I want to see my boy
You might
Rodrigo.
see both.
Yeah, Monty. I'm actually gonna tail Spetty's parlay.
I'm gonna
too.
tell all
I
three
think
of your
it's a
guys.
good move.
You showed me one last night. Do you have that one?
Yeah.
Put that out. That was a good one as well.
Jeff always tails and then changes something.
Yeah,
Okay,
he does.
hold
He
on.
does, and then the thing is,
It's a rat tail. That's what I call it.
when he does that, and our parlay doesn't hit, all the boys are on a parlay, and ours doesn't hit, he'll be like, "Oh, I changed the one leg that your guys didn't hit, and I won."
Yeah.
And then
don't
he
do
and then
that.
he, and then he
Come on,
sends
that's
it.
so
He
messed
sends
up.
it to us, and he'll be like, "Oh, look, I won. You guys did it. Look at this."
What?
But it's biting him in the ass a few times because I sent him a few cards, and I want to say there's at least 3 where he's changed it and then he's lost. So it
happens
goes
both ways.
It goes
I
both
just
ways.
hate if someone changes my parlay and then I lose and then they send me the winner. I want to.
Booner, so as we know, Lucas died. You know, RIP. He's not
R.I.P.
going to be
Lucas.
here anymore. Does that affect your confidence in this game at all?
Because Sam Laporta?
No, because Lucas wasn't here the 2 games they lost.
Oh,
remember?
jeez, yeah. I don't know.
That's real. That's real.
The Lions.
That's a
lose
great.
out 'cause
That,
Lucas
we'll find
is
out today.
gone.
Well, they won against the Bears and he wasn't here.
Yeah, they broke the streak then. I don't know. We'll find out today. Shout out Lucas.
Mike,
Ball knower.
RIP ball knower.
I need a lottery ticket today.
All right.
What do you got?
Well, I'm still cooking up the lotto, but my one pick for today is Jameson Williams, 25 yards. Just do 25 yards flat. I want to say it's like minus 130. Jameson Williams has gotten 25 yards and 1 catch the last 2 games. I want to say it was 32 and like 38 yards. So he's 100% getting that. And I'm 2 for 2 on this year. J-Mo's cooking that secondary and getting in the end zone today.
Okay, Mike.
I've called it twice this year. J-Mo is cooking it. He had a week off, didn't find the end zone. He's getting back in the end zone today. I'm telling you, put it on your card.
J-Mo!
Jameson Williams. They've been starting to key him in more and more these past 2 weeks, and I think if Jared Goff doesn't have those turnovers, the Lions' offense obviously would still be flowing, and Jameson Williams would be even blossoming even more. So I'm going J-Mo today for the touchdown. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna have to trail that as well.
I like it because they're
Always
gonna
lock
put
in.
they're gonna put a Debo, of course, on Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I don't know.
Well, barbecue chicken. Yeah, we'll see. Whatever they do.
St. Brown will still have the game.
But
I always,
hold on,
I'm gonna say this. I always bet on
Tyrann
St. Brown
Mathieu?
single bets, and they hit every.
Jalen Johnson was guarding J-Mo in the Bears game.
Ooh.
Man, what a dog.
He is
What a dog. But by the way, he is a dog.
He's really good.
Tyrann Mathieu, though, he is slow. He's not the. Yeah, listen. He
Booner,
does.
we got a request in the chat.
Jameson
What's that?
TD.
Gun guy said, take your pants off.
I will
Yeah,
not.
you
do
heard
that.
what he said.
You heard what the man said. You're a man of the people, Booner.
I am a man of the people.
Drop
but
trout.
I will not drop trout for you guys. I do love all of
Trout,
you.
not trout.
Trout?
Trout.
Trout. Oh, I thought it was like the fish. Trout.
No, like trousers.
Oh,
Of course you thought it was drop
I thought
trout.
it was trout, like the fish.
Why would it be the fish?
Okay,
I don't
we're
know
done.
because
Here.
like your thing's a fish.
All right, let's go to break. We'll give out our score predictions, and then we'll get out of here.
I think Girth Brooks is my new favorite name.
Girth Brooks. What'd he say? Is he comedy?
He said J-Mo's ready to go off, man. The boy is about to be dusting that secondary without Marshawn Lattimore.
I didn't see no lies in what Girth Brooks just
Shout
said.
out Girth Brooks.
I didn't see a
J-Mo
single
season,
lie.
Maybe.
Hey,
At 25
Packers
yards
didn't
is
have
so
Jair
disrespectful.
Alexander.
That's easy.
And lost that game, so
Disrespectful.
that's been my kind of thing this
Put some
week.
respect
True.
on my man's name.
Drop
No,
trout. Shout out
that's
Bullseye.
fair.
Shout out Long Drink. We'll be right back.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We're back. It's the Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Lions, baby.
And guys, it's time for game predictions. Let's do it. I'll start first. I'll give you my game prediction. I think it's gonna be a close one. I do.
What?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Booner. My score prediction does not correlate with your team total.
Okay.
I have the Lions winning 24-19.
Damn.
I think it'll be close.
How do you get to 19?
Don't ask. All right.
Touchdown and 4
Ask
goals.
about a field goal.
Yeah.
Some of these scores that we get thrown out
They
there.
can't. Hey, they can't convert in the red zone.
Their kicker's hurt, though. He's questionable.
Taysom Hill can do it.
That's probably true.
He can-
Honestly, I don't doubt it.
Hey, Taysom Hill
nothing
can.
that man can't do.
Don't ask questions. 24-19. It'll
I
be
would
close
let
game.
Taysom Hill
weird
be my
number,
brain
man.
surgeon if I needed brain surgery.
You know what? I second that.
What a weird number.
24-19. Let's roll. That's my game prediction. Booner, what do you got?
I'm gonna go. I said this on Thursday, so I'm gonna stick with mine. It hits the team total as well. I'm gonna go Lions 27, Saints 14.
Ooh, Booner. We were close, man.
27-14. I think Lions the offense gets back on track a little bit, and defense. I said this. I think the defense gives a touchdown up in each half, and that's it.
Booner, we were really close. I thought you were going to put it exactly. Mine's Lions 27, Saints 17.
Okay.
I like it.
I'm going 31-17.
I like that too.
I like that. See, over on the team
31-17.
total.
Everyone's got the team total over but Jeff.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Okay.
Yeah, way to
Lions.
ride for your boy, Jeff.
You know what? If this was the morning show, I'd be called a Derek Carr fan now because
You
the
are a
game's
Derek
close.
Carr fan.
Yeah, that's how that works. If the game's close, I'm a fan of the other quarterback.
So you're a Taysom Hill fan now.
Jeff loves Derek Carr.
Actually, you can have Derek Carr. Taysom Hill. I'll give you that
You
one.
can have Derek Carr. We got this guy.
No. Oh my God.
Hey, what are the odds that
on.
Jameson Winston plays today?
Jameis Winston?
Jameis Winston.
Easy does that all the time too.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
I don't think he's gonna unless Carr gets hurt.
I mean,
Carr's been hurt like the last 2 weeks and has taken out of the
Well, I
game.
mean, we're not gonna be able to tackle him, so how's he gonna get hurt?
Hey,
We can't
Hutch,
sack him.
when Hutch gets that one sack that I bet on, he gets hurt.
Well, if
We're
you're
praying
Sam,
for guys to get hurt.
I'm not.
if you're Sam Flannel, you predict an Aiden Hutchinson sack, knock Derek Carr at the game, and then James.
Did he
Winston.
do
I
that?
would rather Derek Carr be in there than Jameis, honestly.
Yeah.
I
Just
don't
gonna
know,
let that
dude.
thing
He went
fly.
in.
Jameis lets that thing Jameis doesn't give a fuck,
Yeah, he
bro.
doesn't.
chucks
We'll
that
get 2
bitch.
interceptions.
Yeah.
Kirby will
And
get
he'll
one.
score 4 touchdowns.
Hey, I don't. He came in for the Minnesota game and didn't
It's
do anything.
feast or famine with Jameis, man.
He is.
That's my guy.
Like Neil says, the Jameis Winston experience. I do agree with
It's
Neil on that.
entertaining, man.
It is.
It is. I love
I gotta
eat
get
the
it.
W thing.
Yeah, dude. Ever since I knew he stole crab legs, I was like, this kid's gonna be a star.
Did you see
gets
Jameis
it.
Winston rapping at Derek Carr on the
Yeah,
sideline,
that
like
shit was
singing at
awesome.
him,
He
dude?
was doing the ludicrous.
As Ludacris is in the sky.
Yeah,
like,
as he
that
was
great.
suspended from the ceiling. That was weird. But I love Jameis Winston, man.
Yeah, he's the man. Jay Cruzen says 37-30 Lions. Lunchbox Hooligan says 31-0.
What does Girth Brooks think?
Jeez.
Yeah, let's get Girth Brooks.
Have you?
He said, "Shit, I was the Girthquake before I became Girth Brooks."
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Hey, I respect that.
Girthquake.
I love it.
that's fair.
Girthquake's a good one too.
John Lord 45-6 Lions. Ball out 31-20 Lions.
There's a lot of big blowouts.
Don Beat says, I think this is going to be equivalent to when we played the Jags last year.
Issa Azar says Spenny looks like a guy that would steal crab legs. Actually, I would never walk out on a bill. I worked in the restaurant business for too long to do that. I couldn't do that to
Didn't
somebody.
he do it from like a grocery store though?
Yeah, and what happened
Oh,
too?
I stole a shit ton of stuff from
It was a grocery store, but I think what
Never
happened.
mind that. You're good, Jameis.
The story I think was that he thought he was getting like a sponsorship, like he thought that they were like giving him them, and I think he left, and then after realized that they actually weren't like, it's like Jameson Winston, so he might have thought he was getting like a little sponsor deal.
I just
That's what I think. I heard.
in college, man, I used to do those self scans dirty. I'd grab like 2 lunch meats, scan it as one, put it in the bag.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do.
You know what I mean?
I would
lunch
never
meat?
do that.
Yeah.
man.
Come on.
I'm a man of the people.
Ball
I
out
was
says
a poor college kid.
Spenny, not on air. Laughing face.
Oh yeah.
You're
Well,
gonna be
statute
running.
limitations.
He says you're going to be running from the cops again.
Yeah.
Josh Horton says, "Where's the Pistons hat?"
I was going to say that last week wore the Pistons hat. If you guys know me, when the Lions lose, I switch my fit up just a little bit, 1 or 2 different things. This last week, Jared Goff has been playing very bad. I usually wear the Jared Goff T-shirt. I've taken that off officially. I'm now rolling with the heavyweight shirt, and I've taken the Pistons hat off because they've been so bad. I feel like it gives us bad luck.
That's fair.
And now I'm going with the team that's actually winning with the Michigan Wolverines. But we'll see how that helps today. And if the Lions win, I'll have the same exact fit on next week.
And John effing Lord is right. Allegedly used to do the self scan.
Yeah, allegedly. That is fair. Dat Boy Roy says 30-28 Lions. Ziggy says 25-17 Lions. Schiff got 31-17 Lions. Trippy Gypsy says 78-17. I actually like that score.
Don Beat says the world famous Detroit Lions.
Ow! 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 Oh,
Not
man.
good at it.
Oh,
It's all right.
gosh.
Just keep working on it, kid.
No, thanks.
All right, we'll get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Detroit Lions pregame show here on the Woodward Sports Network, man. Good luck. Go Lions. And
Shout out
I think we're
2
confident,
times.
boys. Hopefully we get to, especially for the postgame, they get to recap and we get to see on the watch party a Lions victory. That's all I asked for. We'll be here. Tune in. The watch party. The whole crew will be here in studio tuning in.
rolling.
Hopefully we get to see a good game. And again, Monday, please. Victory Monday.
SEC,
Please.
stay out of the college football playoff.
Hill.
Taysom Hill, he's a problem. He's a problem. All right, we'll get out of here. See you guys.